Hi viewers, welcome to the Grammar channel. We have been learning parts of speech through several of my videos. The first being noun and its kinds. We learnt about different kinds of nouns like singular noun, plural noun, common noun, proper noun, collective noun, abstract noun, gender noun, and so on. Then we started with pronoun and its kinds like personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, all that. In today's lesson, we are going to learn reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun, an important lesson in English grammar, yet very easy and simple to learn. Let me explain all reflexive pronouns and its example sentences today. So let's move on to the lesson. Reflexive pronoun. A reflexive pronoun is a type of pronoun that is used when another noun or pronoun does something to itself. That is, a reflexive pronoun is a kind of pronoun that is used when another noun or pronoun does something to itself. Let me explain with examples. So, identifying reflexive pronoun is very easy, and when the subject is doing something to someone else, it is not a reflexive pronoun. Example, the dog is playing with it. This shows that the dog is playing with something else, maybe a ball, a ring, or something else. The dog is playing with itself is the reflexive pronoun, self words. There are nine kinds of reflexive pronouns: myself, yourself, himself, herself, oneself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, themselves. So these are the kinds of reflexive pronouns, and they are mainly used as the object of a sentence, while the subject of the sentence is the same with the object. Now, the object and subject belong to the same group of people. Now, here are some examples to understand reflexive pronoun better. I'll give you some examples. You should encourage yourself for the presentation. Yourself. You must praise yourself for all that hard work you did. You must praise yourself. Now, with the noun, Renu introduced herself as a teacher to her students. So, next one. Ram likes to present himself as a very polished man. Right? So we saw male gender, he or name of a boy or man, we say himself, and she or girl or a woman, we say herself, and the Ayush is blaming himself for the mistake. Right? Ayush, a boy, blaming himself. These are the reflexive pronouns we see in these sentences. Now, another example. During the winter season, we need to drag ourselves to take a cold bath. Drag ourselves. We ourselves. Now, there are different kinds, singular and plural reflexive nouns. Uh, now, let's go through the sentences framed with reflexive pronouns to understand the explanation of the same in a better way. Right? So, I hurt myself trying to fix my father's car. I hurt myself. Myself. You sent yourself another birthday card, didn't you? You, yourself. Now let's see. Ravi introduced himself to his friend's parents. Ravi, the name, himself, being a boy, himself. Mary walked herself to school for the first time. So, Mary, a girl, walked herself. So, the noun and the self words all belong to the same group. Now, another example I'll give you. I tried to stay away from that third piece of cake, but I just could not help myself. See the sentence? You should not do the repair to the air conditioning unit yourself. End of the sentence, you get self words. Now, Brian offered to drive me to Boston himself, but I just couldn't take care. the self words in towards the end of the sentence. Now we are going to see the reflexive pronouns and how to use it and what not to do with the reflexive pronouns. There are reflexive pronouns, some examples which show both correct and incorrect usage. So there are these are common mistakes, but then we have to be careful. So we should not use reflexive pronouns in compound objects. Like I'll give you example. Bring all of your dirty clothes down to your mother and myself so that we can wash it. No, this is not correct. The correct sentence is bring all your dirty clothes down to your mother and me. Not myself, it should be me so that we can wash them. Next, incorrect word. Dr. Shelton and myself collaborated on the research paper. This is not correct. The correct sentence is Dr. Shelton and I collaborated on the research paper. In most cases, you will use a personal pronoun instead of a reflexive pronoun when you are writing compound subjects or objects. So, another example. He washed himself in the shower for the third time today. That's not correct. He washed himself in the shower. Now, do not use reflexive pronouns after the prepositions of place. I repeat, do not use reflexive pronouns after prepositions of place. I'll give you example. Jack placed the fishing net beside himself. That's not correct. The right sentence is Jack placed the fishing net beside him, not himself. So next to preposition, you will not use the reflexive pronoun. And then next word, Diana took some bubble gum with herself to the movie is not correct. The correct form is Diana took some bubble gum with her to the movie, not herself. So these are the correct form and which are the mistakes commonly happen and how to correct them. All these are explained with the different kinds, examples, direct, indirect object, and the rules, all that are well explained. So I'm sure you all learned this, understand this lesson well. I'll meet you with the next video of another kind of pronoun.